All right, we are downtown Jacksonville, right on the St. Johns River, and just had an interesting pickup, one that kind of means something to me a little bit. Got it at a really good value. I'll talk about it later. Got some things to do tonight, so maybe get to opening this tomorrow night. But here's a little preview. Stay tuned.
This is what we have. So first bag is a GameStop bag. I stopped at GameStop on the way home after getting this, but again, this was Tuesday and I haven't really had a chance to open everything up, and it's Friday now. So let me show you this. I got this for $6 and change because I have $4 in points at GameStop. I don't know anything about this, but I've seen listings a lot. Of course, when I play a video game, I try not to do a lot of research on it. I kind of like to be surprised. Good thing is it makes for a great gaming experience. The bad thing is sometimes the games are no good. But here is the game I got. So Trauma Center, I've seen it for DS also, and it's just kind of looked a little bit interesting, but I've failed many times before doing this. It is complete. So like I said, $6 couldn't go wrong with this. So I'll probably be playing this and trying it out tonight after this video. So let me know if you've tried it before. So here we go. Little backstory as I open this up. So what is in here is a few games and a Super Nintendo. It's very clean because I cleaned this out before. About a year ago, my boss said his sister found their old childhood Super Nintendo in their garage, but it wasn't working. So I told him to bring it in. I would take it apart and clean it out. So we brought this in and all the games. I took it apart, cleaned it out really well. It's in fairly good shape for being in a garage in Florida, and got it working. So he's playing it with his son for the past year or so, but they don't want the extra TV and they don't want to do any converters, and now they have the Switch Online so they can play all these old games without the need of the Super Nintendo. So he said he would give it to me. I tried to give him money for it and he turned me down a couple times. So all of this is free. This Super Nintendo has sentimental value now, unlike the others I have. So I'll probably keep my SNES Junior and this and get rid of the two others that I have put up. All right, so of course you have the cords and two controllers. Like I said, I cleaned all these out. I know both of these work, so good to go. This one's in really good shape. This one is a little bit yellowed, but when I tested them out before, everything worked. As far as he knows, they still worked. So I have a little stack of games. To be precise, we have 5 of them. So a mix of what they are. Of course, we have Stanley Cup. Pretty common one. Pretty sure I already have this one, but it does have one of the rental store stickers, which is pretty neat. Next one, another common one, Madden 98, another sports game, but these are in really good shape. A copy of Donkey Kong Country. I already have one of these, but this one is in good shape. And again, a little bit of kind of tearing on the sticker, but again, might sell the other one I have or trade it off cheap. Last 2 games also are common, but they do have value. First one, of course, you have to have Super Mario World. He loved playing this one, so I think his son was kind of into it also, a young son, so it was cool getting him into kind of the older retro games. Especially these side scrollers are kind of easy when younger kids are developing their fine motor skills. So some say video games rot your brain. I say they give you fine motor skills, but who's to know? Last one, Super Mario All-Stars. Again, I have a copy of this. I think this one's in better shape. I don't think mine is very well. This game actually, funny enough, ruined me when I first started collecting, one of the first games I got for NES was Mario 3. When I was playing Mario 3, I was trying to find where to save it because I'd remembered playing this, and in Mario 3 you can save. But fun fact, if you play Mario 3 on the NES, you're not going to be able to save, but most of you know that. So that was an interesting pickup. Again, free except for the $6 game I got from GameStop. I've gotten a lot of these deals recently, and that's why I just want to kind of mention, when I first started collecting, I was definitely had that FOMO mentality, so fear of missing out, if you haven't heard of that. It caused me to spend a lot of money up front. When I say a lot of money, I meant like a couple $100s a month, to build my collection at first. I feel like the more I've kind of laid back, the more I've made connections, the more I've helped other people out, the easier some of this comes to me. I'm running out of room on my shelf, and I keep everything I want to buy and sell pretty lean. So as I get it, I don't like to hang on to it too long, which has actually benefited me with the game prices going down recently. But don't stress if there's a collection you want to get. Enjoy it and have fun going to find it. I've said this before in a few other videos, but I've come to like a real life example for me, and that is the Pokemon franchise. I really have been wanting to get all the mainline games. I found somebody locally here on Marketplace selling them the other day, and they had a copy of Crystal. Crystal and Emerald I would love to get this year. They are the two priciest ones that I have left. And he mentioned selling it for $150. Now, right now, current price starting is $155 for Crystal, which I think is a little bit crazy. So I told him thanks, and if he wants to trade, we can talk about trading, but just definitely didn't want to fork out that much cash on Crystal. It's not a super common game to see, and when you do see it, people snatch it up quickly. I personally am going to wait for a better deal for that. Like I said, I think that's a lot of money. It could be $200 next year, and I finally decide to spend the $200 on it. That's a possibility, but I don't really need it. So when I buy it, I want to make sure it's the best decision for my collection. My collection is, and I mentioned that in a lot of videos too, I purchase it with the mindset to do it as cheap as possible. So I do a lot of buying and selling and trading, and it works out really well. I mean, can't complain when people give me stuff. And that, again, helps me build my collection. Like a few months ago, my brother Josh sent a sealed copy of NBA Street 2, Volume 2, I think. And I still have that. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. But a lot of these other things, if I don't give them away, like I said, I try to sell them cheap. And I think that's the best way to do it. For instance, I went to a garage sale today, and that'll probably be for another video. I had a Friday garage sale, so I was like the first one to show up. So I got a couple of things that really surprised me, but they definitely need cleaned up. But saying all this, just to kind of encourage everybody to take your time, build your collection slow, build it with what you want, build it how you want. Don't listen to all of anybody on YouTube like me or somebody else that tries to tell you how to do it. But do it in a way that's not abrasive to your family. For a while, even a few $100s, even though we definitely had the money, my wife started to take notice that it was kind of becoming a little bit of an addiction. So another reason I definitely wanted to step back. In fact, a lot of times when my friends come over and they see this collection that I built, because I built it over a few years, I don't necessarily see it being huge, but there's like 800 games up there. And anybody not on YouTube would think that that's quite excessive. But I definitely want to be the example of spending money or buying games with a budget-friendly mindset. In fact, the purpose of this YouTube channel in the beginning was to start at the ground level because I thought it was a great hobby. I didn't know retro collecting was as big as it was when I started, but I wanted to show how to start at the ground level and build a collection. And so that's what this channel has been about. It's a bit trying to be about fun, trying to be about positivity, and just trying to be about encouraging people to do what they love. So I appreciate you all staying through with me this far. And again, all of your support has been awesome. Also, if you're curious what I'm playing right now, I'm playing Pokemon X on the 2DS in anticipation from the new Pokemon game coming out, I think this year. Again, another thing I haven't stayed on top of the news because I don't want spoilers for it. So, what are you playing? Hopefully you're enjoying something or collecting. So let me know what you're playing, collecting, or anything else. Love to see you all in the comments, and definitely love to see you next video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.